Welcome to our Rolemaster actual play session. Ain't No Place for a Hero is a campaign set in the world of Duranarki, the continent of men. A gritty, cutthroat world where politics, sorcery, religion, and commerce are all intertwined and reign supreme. Treachery and murder both come cheap, and characters need to be both smart and ruthless to survive. We hope you enjoy our story, and, as always, may the dice roll in your favor.
This is side quest 120b of Ain't No Place for a Hero. This episode is a departure from the main story and only involves one character. The party have successfully completed their task to revive their friend Keros, bringing her back from death's dark path. We rejoin our heroes in the squalid free city of Landania in the South Catana Sea, as Tarquin continues with his schemes and plots to get what he needs. First, he needs a lockpick set. Hello, I'm Chris, otherwise known as GM Chance. And as the word sounds green, welcome to our story. And that story is Ain't No Place for a Hero. Now we have an extra special session for viewers and listeners on this occasion. We're doing round 2 with Tarquin. We've done a side quest. We've already done one side quest with Tarquin. This is continuing the side quest. So this is a deviation, a slight deviation away from the main story of Ain't No Place for a Hero. And as you can see up on screen, there is only one character in play tonight. And only one player in play tonight. And in a second or so, I'm going to hand over to Giles, the player of Tarquin, to very quickly introduce Tarquin for those that don't know him. And then we will crack into Tarquin's escapades in Landania. Before I do, my super fast, habitual, regular, perhaps somewhat dull, because it is so repetitive, but genuinely it's sincerely meant. Thank you to the people that follow us, the people that provide advice, support, encouragement for our hobby. It really is appreciated. Thanks very much. Also say to anybody that's watching this maybe for the first time, or maybe you've watched 2 or 3 of these and you're enjoying it, we would love either a like down below or even better a subscribe. It really does help the channel grow and help other people who like this kind of content find it. Right, no more further ado, handing over to the man of the moment, Tarquin himself. Giles, for those of our listeners, and we do have quite a few people listening to our podcasts, and our viewers who don't know Tarquin, just in a minute or so, could you sum up who Tarquin is, please?
Yeah, look, thank you, GM. And for fear of showing my age, as the artist formerly known as Prince would say, there is joy in repetition, not boredom at all. So look, Tarquin is very young, short, slender, and as it says here, a crazily good-looking half-elf. Mm-hmm. He's had a bit of a troubled upbringing, and is at that point in his very early life as an adult where he's trying to figure out what's going on, and a little bit of what has been played out in the last session. I'd encourage you to listen to it and make this session more sensible. Mm-hmm. In this session, I guess, is him trying to figure out where he fits in the world, like many young adults.
Excellent. Marvellous. Thank you very much indeed. All right. So, quick summary of where we got up to in the previous session. It's interesting. My Discord is not showing up there, but that's okay. Here we have a street scene of the wonderful city of Landania, and that's where we're going to begin. Maybe Giles, just in a couple of words, do you want to sum up what happened last time? Sorry, I should have asked you about this before I clicked record.
I'd be happy to do that. So Tarquin was interested in the Temple of Hera, a very amazing building. And indeed, Hera is where they took the party. Tarquin's recently joined friend Karios, and has been integral in her revival back to life. Something Tarquin's found quite amazing. He, at the end of the last day of the year, a grim and awful year, decided he needs some time of his own. He went to the temple, managed to persuade one of the priestesses to let him in, although that time was short-lived, walked out by a guard. He then decided to return home, and the following day went on a bit of a mission looking for a lockpick. At the same time, he ran into a hot-headed, drunk reveller, and Tarquin, in a slightly hot-headed way, decided he would not put up with abuse, and told him this way by murdering him. I'm not quite sure how that happened, but that's what happened. He was overseen, a shriek went out, he hid, and having not getting caught, he slunk the market looking for a lockpick, and although initially being offered one by one of his underworld contacts, the price of that increased, and in a huff, Tarquin refused to pay, and proceeded to start the walk back to the accommodation of the party. And that's where we got to last season.
Perfect, lovely. And that is exactly where we're going to begin. One little caveat I would say just before we do begin. There's something from last session, Giles, that you forgot and that I forgot. When Tarquin went to the Temple of Renewal, the Temple of Hera Acrya, the Temple of the Blessed Mother, the Healer, he was relieved of his short sword before he went inside the temple by the guard door. And I don't recall Tarquin getting the short sword back. However, subsequent actions, a la the murder of said drunk, obviously he had a short sword. So that's an error on our part, I would say, that neither of us remembered that Tarquin had been relieved of his short sword. So it was something that suddenly occurred to me. Tarquin, I'm assuming that as he went out, probably was re-gifted his short sword. Anything else for a qualification that we need to touch on, or anything that wasn't clear from last session before we begin?
I don't think so, Chris, but thanks for the clarification.
Lovely. Let's start the game. So, Tarquin has just arrived back at the accommodation. He hasn't yet gone inside, but he's arrived back after attempting to purchase this outrageously priced lockpick from his friend, contact, whatever you want to call it, Talia. What does he do?
So, thanks, Chris. And I guess on the way home, Tarquin's been musing over this, and possibly has the insight to recognise both trying to trade and his violent explosion about this was possibly all a little overrated. He recognises the need for a lockpick, and rather than go back in and talk to his group, he thinks, he have other contacts in Landania. I know there's probably a lockpick somewhere here that's for sale. Talia was pretty happy to come up with a price pretty quick and get it pretty fast. So maybe it's worthwhile going out to think about trying some other contacts I have. And so Tarquin's going to do exactly that. So he'll do an about face before he gets home.
Okay.
And head out to one of his other contacts.
Cool. Who does he head to?
So I think the first place, and he feels comfortable in rundown and somewhat dilapidated surroundings, as might be obvious by said picture. He's going to head to see a gentleman called Carl he met. He's a retired mercenary. He works in what seems to be a metalware type shop. And I guess this immediately springs to Tarquin's mind. Metalware, lockpicking, they all seem to kind of go together. And they have some things in common, both being fighters. So he's going to head to Cal's shop, strike up a conversation, and see if he might know anything about a lockpick for sale.
Okay. So as he's walking through the streets, and normally for new viewers, normally there'll be a few more images coming up, but yes, just some slight technical issues have prevented that on this machine. He's traveling through the pretty grim, grimy, moss-covered, ivy-covered streets of Landania, this run-down, fetid city in the swamps. People are in a good mood in this day. This is New Year's Day. This is a day of celebration. It's a day of good luck, of good fortune. Children born on this day are considered blessed by the gods, whatever gods you choose to believe in. And people are smiling and laughing. You don't generally hear a lot of laughter in Landania, but you do today, Tarquin. He's walking through the streets, and generally people, as I say, are in a pretty good and jovial mood, until he does turn a couple of corners as he's getting close to Carl, the retired mercenary's shop, and unfortunately he discovers a couple of people that aren't having such a good day, and this is just gonna give me a second or so. Just a minute. Here we go. One more second. Yeah. So he stumbles across a group of people playing dice, not at all uncommon in this part of town. However, as he's watching, the game of dice that he's bypassing, and he's not watching, he's walking past it. Just as he's walking past it, there is a yell and a scream, and this man here jumps to his feet and just screams, "Thief!" This is in the tongue that Tarquin is familiar with, which is Thebronic, and just yells, "Thief! You're cheating me! Yet again, you've got loaded dice, you absolute scum!" He's speaking to this man here, and this guy here is bare-chested, gets to his feet, and in the flash of an eye, draws a long, wickedly sharp-looking knife with a notched blade and sticks it 5 times into this man's belly. What, if anything, does Tarquin do?
I think he would stop and observe this.
Okay.
And see what sort of fate. I presume that these are pretty fatal blows, and this guy's dying.
Yeah.
I guess he's going to want to see what everybody else does in response to this.
Okay. The blade is drawn by this man, as described, and the punctures, the stabs are very, very quick, lightning fast. There's no scream from this man. He just kind of gasps. It's this quite sickly intake of breath. He collapses to his feet. Collapses to his knees. This man's standing over him, and then, without a sound, he keels. This guy here keels over and collapses in a pool of blood. This guy here, standing above his victim, spits and then rushes off. The other dice players, unless something happens, the other dice players are just standing there watching this happen. Or sitting there watching this happen. Any action?
So this guy has run off.
Oh, he's in the process of legging it, yes.
Do you think Tarquin's going to have the time to have a quick look over the dead guy and follow him?
No, he could do one or the other.
He's going to follow the guy who's legging it.
Okay. Cool. Follow him or
Ideally in a way which is not going to... Sorry?
Say again.
I was just going to say he's going to follow him in a way which is going to minimise his risk of being spotted.
So he's tailing him. He's not trying to accost him.
Okay. Yeah. No, he doesn't want to accost him. He wants to follow him.
Okay, cool. So this person here has taken off at high speed. Give me a running roll, Tarquin.
I think this might be quite important. I think 97 might help.
Plus?
Again, I wish I'd saved that for some murdering. But never mind. Tarquin likes running as well as murdering. I'm discovering. This is Handler. I'm discovering my character.
There you go. Roll again.
66.
Plus 66. Plus.
Are these just manoeuvres for me to count, Chris?
Yeah. So this is this would be an easy maneuver. And what's Tarquin's moving in armor? I think he wears a soft leather coat, so he'll have a soft leather. His skill in soft leather. It might be a negative, or it might be a small plus.
He does, although remember at the moment he's out just in his finery and not wearing his armor.
So just his agility then, please.
Okay, so his agility is plus 30.
Plus 30. So, easily Tarquin can keep up with this man. Easily. With a roll like that. You can... I mean, he's trying to run fast through these back streets. The question is, you're trying to do it unobtrusively, so you're trying to... yeah, alright. So definitely there's no question, there's no issue at all about speed. You have bettered his speed, to be honest. Could you give me like a stalking roll? He's not stalking, but he's trying to use stealth to follow this man. This will be a master roll, because he doesn't know how well he's doing this. Oh, hang on. What have I done this before? No, I've done stalking in the open. I have done hiding otherwise. So this is not M.E.R.P. This is not. This is open. M.E.R.P.
Yeah. And this is a stalk and hide?
It is a stalk and hide roll. Yep.
D100 is 89.
89. That's pretty good. 89. What's a skill?
And his stalk and hide is 62.
62. Look, with both an extremely good running maneuver and a very good stalking maneuver, Tarquin basically chooses to the pace that he wants to set for this man, and also for the sneakiness he provides. And he thinks that he is keeping the right amount of distance behind him. A couple of times this guy glances over his shoulder when he hears footfalls behind him. Tarquin's in boots. And probably once, maybe twice, he catches a glimpse of Tarquin. But he doesn't appear to realize that Tarquin's chasing him. And with that really high stalk and really high running is definitely sufficient. This man weaves his way through the back streets, probably for about 5 or 6 minutes. Tarquin is getting quite lost. Like these are back streets he doesn't know, and eventually the guy turns into an alleyway in front of Tarquin. Tarquin's just kind of lurking around the corner, and he hears a door slam.
Does Tarquin know the district he's in? So some of the districts in Landana seem relatively obvious. And I guess the reason I'm asking Chris is because, I mean, he's mostly interested in knowing whether he's in the shadowed alleyways, which I presume he is. But just want to check that out with you.
He's verging on it. He thinks he might have crossed kind of a boundary area into the shadow alleyways. Yeah, maybe.
Okay. In which case, he feels reasonably confident this is nowhere near where the minor altercation with the drunk occurred.
No.
At least from Tarquin's perspective.
No.
And so he's going to look into that alleyway. He wants to find out where this guy went. I mean, Tarquin wants to meet him, not to get stabby, but to get locky-picky.
Okay.
So he wants to look to see if he can figure out where he's gone.
Okay. So you look down the alleyway. It's a dead end. It's about 20 foot long, and at the very end there are two doors opposite each other.
Well, I guess he's going to go to the end and perceive as clearly as he can to see if there's any indication about which
Yep, get me wrong.
door this guy might have gone through.
Get me wrong.
38.
This is definitely must.
Yep.
What is his perception, please?
Oh, sorry. So his perception, I think that's gone up now. Yeah, it's 98.
Goodness me.
He can be skill he has.
First glance, he has at this very first impression, he has a 50-50 choice. Right door, left door. However, after a second look, Tarquin's keen eyes spot a droplet of fresh blood. Not very big, because this guy has been moving quite quickly, but it's definitely blood, and it's smeared on the left-hand door, on the threshold of the left-hand door.
I guess that answers the question for Tarquin. He's going to assume that this gentleman has gone through the left-hand door. He'll gently try the knob to see if it's locked or unlocked.
It's unlocked.
Okay, I guess he'll open the door and see what he can see. So he'll open the door and take a look through. Not he'll open and look.
Okay.
Probably at the height at about knee height.
Okay.
No. So he's going to be crouched.
Could you? No. Okay, he opens up the door. It's remarkably silent, which is surprising. It's old, it's pretty rickety, but it doesn't squeak, remarkably. You open up into a very, very squalid room, run down, decrepit, quite small, maybe 10 foot by about 10 foot. Appears to be some kind of entranceway, and there is there's what appears to be some broken sandals to one side, other kind of detritus, a broom that's snapped in half, garbage basically. And directly in front of Tarquin is a ragged curtain. That's the only exit out of this room.
Okay, Tarquin is going to...
Sorry, a curtain over a doorway. It's clearly a doorway.
Okay, yep. So Tarquin's going to make sure he has a dagger in each hand.
Yep.
He's going to make sure he's maximally prepared to cast.
Yep.
And he's going to call friend. Impressive piece of trickery. Nice slip. And see what happens.
A voice from inside comes back. Who the fuck's that?
We're like, I know how to stab a man, but 5 times in movement with no one spotting. Impressive.
Who do you... Who are you and what do you want?
I want to talk and trade. I've not seen anything more impressive than that for quite some time, my friend. Maybe we can have a little discussion.
Fuck off.
Yeah, I'm not going to fuck off until we've talked. Your choices are talk and trade, have a chat, have me come to have a chat to you and search your property. We come from the same place. We're both interested in the same things. I have no love for the police, and I like a little trickery. I'm interested in seeing how things go, and I'm here following you and have declared myself to you. I could have simply slid behind your curtain and showed you the gleam, but I've elected to let you know we're from the same place.
I don't like
I think
being
there's an
threatened in my
opportunity
own
for us
house.
to work together.
This is the last time. Leave or you'll regret it.
Okay, he's going to cast darkness. And no, first he's going to cast night vision, and then he's going to cast darkness.
Okay.
And he's going to be...
Okay.
He's obviously prepped for both of these.
Okay, so for 40 seconds, how long is he prepping for?
He'll prep as much as he can, and he'll appreciate it takes 40 seconds. He's already prepped for night vision because he was prepping when he came in.
Okay.
So he will cast night vision, and then he'll keep talking to this chap as he preps, and then we'll cast darkness.
Hang on. When he came in, I didn't hear anything about prepping for night vision. I'm sorry, and he's
Yep. Well, the first thing I said was he was going to come in and prep and put his hands on his daggers.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, he was definitely prepping when you arrived.
All right. All right. So that's taken. Call it. 3. Where's he standing? Where's Tarquin standing?
He'll be crouching by the door so he can roll out of the door or get himself out of trouble if there's like a whole ton of them. I mean, he doesn't know. There could be one, there could be 50.
So is this, when you say by the door to the alleyway?
Yeah, he's just opened, correct.
Right,
not the
so
door with the curtain.
He hasn't gone into the curtain. Okay. At round 4, the curtain is dramatically flicked aside, and this man is standing there again. This time the knife's gone, and he's got pretty rusted, notched, but perfectly usable looking short sword in his hand. The last fucking time and he sees you by the door, distance between you is approximately 15 foot. Don't know who
so
you
if
are.
if I cast night vision, he won't know I've cast it, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I'll cast night vision, and I will say to him, do you want to do this step by step?
Yes, definitely. In fact, let's just for safety's sake, let's go into rounds.
Okay, that's a good idea. I know it's going to amaze you, Chris, but look what I have. I appreciate viewers can't see this, but
nice work. I need to grab it
I've
myself.
actually printed out what I can do in rounds, so I now know how this works.
Lovely. Just a second. All right. Okay. All right. Just took me a second. All right. So he's prepared for three rounds. Counter and roll initiative. And at the end of round 3, this guy has opened up the curtain and stepped through with a short sword. It is his turn, I'm afraid, Tarquin. What does he do? Okay. He takes one step further into the room between you. There's now about a distance of 10 foot. And he levels the short sword at Tarquin's throat and says, for the last time, and I promise you this is the last time, leave now. It is now Tarquin's turn.
So are you there?
Yep.
I've got you back. Hello?
Hello?
I've got you back. Sorry, something must have happened to the internet. Not sure what's happened there.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Shit.
Hello? Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes?
I don't know if that's your internet or mine. All I heard was we're in rounds.
Okay.
He's got the initiative.
Yes, correct.
Bother.
Correct. So, he doesn't attack, however. He just takes one step forward. So there's now 10 foot between you and him. And he says to you, for the last time, leave now. This is the very last warning you get. There's 10 foot between you. It's now Tarquin's turn.
Okay, I just want to check how much I can do in my round. So casting is 75%?
Correct.
25%. 75?
Correct.
So what he wants to do is cast night vision, and he wants to say, I want to trade with you. We work in the same circles, and back away as he says it. If he can.
Yep.
But he also definitely wants to cast night vision.
Okay. So, firstly, he's prepared 3 rounds. This is plus 0 to your roll. So, only a 1 or a 2 is going to fail. Give me a roll, please.
51.
51. That spell is successful. And with the remaining 25%, he is doing what exactly?
He's doing everything he can to look passive, to look non-aggressive.
He does have 2 daggers, one in each hand.
Alright, so he's going to take one hand out of his pocket with the dagger. So out of the dagger, his non-dominant hand. So his dominant hand will still be on a dagger in his pocket.
Yep.
And he will essentially back out of the house. And he will say, friend, we work in the same quarters. I want to trade with you. You know, I'm impressed with your, you know, can we talk?
Okay. As Tarquin, so that's the end of that round. Next rounds. End of the rounds. Initiative. And this guy again. Tarquin stepped outside the door. This man moves forward. Again, he beats Tarquin on the initiative and closes the door.
Okay, so Tarquin's going to...
Closes, and there is a clunk of wood or something on the door.
Yeah, are we still in rounds?
Yep. Tarquin's turn.
He's going to knock on the door and say you're missing out on a key deal. So he's going to prep for 1 round, and with the last, whatever it is, 10% of his action, he say, don't miss out on a good deal.
Okay. Deal for what? Comes this voice through the door.
I want something, I can give you something. Oh, so this will be another round, presumably.
Yes.
This
Yep.
He's going to keep. Every round he'll prep. So
Yep.
so he'll say, you've got something I might want. I'm sure I can give you something you will want.
Okay. What is something I would want? This is through the closed, and by the sounds of it, locked or barred door.
Yep. So we're into round 3 now.
Correct.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. He'd say, I have skills. I have assets. I have things.
What's an asset?
I have stuff you might want to buy. I have skills I might be able to help you with.
You're a freak. I don't want anything more to do with you. Go away. Next time I see you, I'll open up a red hole in your belly. Fuck off. Round 4.
So Tarquin prep for one more time, and he'll say to him, if you have a lockpick, I have gold.
You heard footsteps turning away, and from the door. Gold, you say? How much gold?
I'd say, like any trade, the value of a set of lockpicks depends on its quality.
How much gold?
How good are your lockpicks?
Last time, how much gold?
I'll give you 2 gold pieces for a perfect set of lockpicks, Tarquin will say. Sorry, Chris, can I just check? That's the equivalent of 20 silver, right?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, so he's just offered 4 times the price Talia had offered him. Yep, I just want to make sure I'm really clear. And what's the average sort of wage for a peasant in this?
This would be about 20% of an average annual wage.
Okay, this is a massive amount of money he's just offered him realistically. Okay. And actually, it's quite a lot of Tarquin's money.
There's a pause from the other side of the door. Show me the gold.
Show me the lockpick.
You wait there and look at the window upstairs. And footsteps recede, and there's this grimy window frame with broken shutters. And a matter of probably 2 or 3 minutes later, this man up on screen appears again. He opens the shutters. There's no glass, and then this is on the first floor. The building, by the way, is about three stories, so there's another story above him. And he holds, he seems to be a man of the street, and he's holding, hard to tell at this distance, but he's holding what appear to be about 4 or 5 long, slender pieces of metal with curved ends and hooks, which are designed to open a door. At this distance, Tarquin's got no idea of their quality. He can't tell.
Will perception help?
You could try. Sure, give me a roll.
$84.
Be very good.
Because what Tarquin's interested in is, are these lockpicks, which they almost certainly seem to be, but also, do they look good, do they look rusted, do they look bent?
Cool. Roll again, please.
$8.
And what's his skill? 98, I think.
Yep.
Okay. He just can't tell. I mean, it's a relatively, for Landania, sunny day. That's unusual. But this alleyway is pretty dismal, pretty dark, and even though he's got better eyesight than a human, He just can't make it out.
Okay. So he's going to say to the man, I'm happy to come in and parley,
You're not coming in.
but I need... I've just seen you stab a man 5 times for accusing you of theft. You trust your lockpicks, you drop them. They're good, I'll leave 2 gold. They're bad, I'll leave 1.
You put 2 gold pieces under the door, and I'll throw the lockpicks out the window.
Okay, Tarquin will show him 2... Oh, sorry, my camera's off. That's a mistake.
Yep.
Tarquin will show him 2 gold pieces.
Okay.
So there can be no question. He can see, I presume.
Yep.
He's going to slide these under the door, bearing in mind we're not around, so we can only do a 10% movement because he's as prepared as he can be. He'll slide them under the door and say, the deal is done.
I'll go and get the gold, and the man disappears from the window.
I'm going to listen bloody hard for him picking up that gold. And I can still see the gold, so as soon as the gold is gone, I need that lockpick back. I'll say to him, I need the lockpick now.
Okay. So the gold disappears. The gold is out of your reach, and it's gone. And you you see under the door him take it. He laughs.
Do I see the lockpick?
Not a very nice laugh. He does, however, he laughs, and there's a pause, quite an uncomfortable pause for Tarquin. And you don't know whether he's doing it just because he wants to torment you or what. But he seems to take his precious, precious time getting up to the 2nd floor again. But eventually he does. He comes to the window, and he just throws the lockpicks out the window and closes the shutters.
And these are good quality lockpicks?
They've got rust on them. They don't look great. They don't look terrible. They're not falling apart, but they don't look great.
Okay, so Tarquin's going to collect them, and he's going to cast Darkness in 200 feet.
Okay. He will need to prepare again.
Right, so he's been concentrating, so which is why I mentioned that before.
Yeah.
So he's got his...
Yeah, to... Yeah, fine. Yep, we'll go with it. So with preparation, you need to... I'll let it slide on this occasion, but you do need to continue concentrating at 90% action, so you can't have an ongoing dialogue with somebody. But yeah, just go. Yep, go for it. So he casts.
I'm happy not to if you'd prefer me not to, Chris.
All good. All good. All good. Go for it. Give me a roll. Only fails on a 1 or a 2.
56.
56. Can you give me a perception?
I've just got to... Sure, can I just keep... I've just got to cancel out my PowerPoints. I don't want because it might be important.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, hang on. I'm just going to... Right, trying to keep an eye on everything. A perception roll?
Yes,
sure.
please.
66.
Okay, how about that? Exactly success. So
Lucky. Man, at 94, got to be a tricky perception.
So
98?
he casts the spell, and literally a second or so afterwards, he hears a curse from upstairs in the house that he's just been addressing, and then in the building further up from him, he hears someone scream, a woman's scream, And then across the alleyway, he hears another curse and a scream and a baby starting to cry.
Okay, all of these places will be in darkness, right?
Correct.
Okay, so he's going to cast... Oh no, he's going to prepare... we're in rounds here.
Yes.
Alright, so he's going to give it 3 rounds. So he's going to let this guy fumble around for 30 seconds.
Yep.
And then he's going to cast Unlock 1
Okay.
on the door.
Okay.
Oh, first he'll try the door. Chris.
It's definitely
It'll
locked.
take,
Yeah, definitely locked.
Yeah. So he's going to give it 30 seconds for his 3 rounds.
Yep.
Then he's going to cast Unlock 1.
Cool. Give me a...
Yeah, I'm just got to find Unlock 1 so I can... Got to delete the PowerPoints. It's great fun playing on your own, but man, there's a whole lot more to do. I can't do it when everyone else is busy doing stuff.
You imagine being the GM.
Well, I honestly, I've said it before, Chris. I do not know how you do this. I think it is utterly impossible. I have 8 higher degrees from university. I could not do what you do as GM.
Oh, shucks.
That's
Too kind.
74.
74. Cool. So he's giving it another 3 rounds on preparation. That
Correct.
spell goes off. Strange that my... it's weird that the... anyway. That's okay in the grand scheme of things. The spell is successful. What happens, please?
Okay, so Tarquin's going to try the door.
So, description of the spell?
I presume lock holds 1. So it opens any simple lock. So the sliding bolt is the example it gives. So so long as this isn't some complicated, medium is the technical term.
No, it's definitely not.
Yeah.
It's there is I mentioned wood before, and there's this kind of solid kind of clunk of wood, and when Tarquin tries, opens the door, it opens easily, and all it is just kind of a bar that's come down over the other, not a cover the entire door, but definitely quite secure. It's well and truly open. Okay. Yep, he's in that same little entryway.
He's going to come in, he's going to look around, he's looking for people to start off with. Can he see anyone?
In that little entryway, no.
No, he's going to go through the curtain.
Yep.
He'll do that, ducking down just in case someone's deciding to thrash around wildly. He's listening to see if he can hear anyone.
Yep.
The purpose here is to find living people, work out if they're a threat, and deal with them while they're in darkness and he can see.
Okay, sure thing. Give me, please, a perception roll. Another perception roll.
Medium like usual?
Yes, please.
46.
Cool. Plus 98. Yeah,
Great.
look, there's noise all around in this building. There's people, or someone, at least a couple of people directly above him, or around him, above him, somewhere. And the screaming baby is quite loud. That's across the alleyway. But you can hear what you're assuming is the mother just screaming about gods and demons, and the sky's gone black, and woe is on us, and the gods have come, and there's probably about 7 or 8 voices now raised up in this cacophony. Tarquin finds himself going through the ragged curtain in a disheveled, dismal corridor. There are 2 doors immediately on his right, both closed, and at the end of the corridor there is a flight of decaying wooded steps going upstairs.
Can he hear anything out of the doors on his right?
Nothing.
He'll check them as he walks past them. Do either open?
Both are closed and won't open.
Sorry, both are closed and won't open. Okay, he'll go up to the top, up the stairs.
Okay. He gets to a landing. Now, with his dark vision, he can see perfectly, correct?
Correct.
Yep. he gets to a landing. The stairs continue up, and he can see on the landing. There's a similar short corridor, again with 2 doors on this time on the left. One of these doors is open into a squalid, and it is revolting little room. And in the little room, at the window, stumbling around and cursing, is indeed this man. He's got his sword out, and he's kind of flailing, and he is not happy. Fucking magician scum! I'll cut you! I'll cut you!
Tarquin does not have his short bow, and he's cursing under his breath for not bringing his bow with him.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to take one of his daggers and throw it at him in an effort to kind of, pierce him in the throat or the chest or to do him harm.
Okay. Distance between this man and Tarquin is...
and just to be clear, Chris, he'll get as close as he safely feels he can. I'm not,
okay.
6 or 10 feet or something, whatever feels safe. I mean, obviously, if he does this sort of huge dive forward, although I can't think why he'd hear him,
okay.
Then it might put him at risk. But, he would...
So he steps forward, Tarquin steps forward.
Yep, and throws his dagger. I mean, how far away is he?
Yeah, I was about to say, he's 25 foot away.
Sorry, I'm just converting to meters. 8 meters. 8 meters, that's a big room. Okay,
no, it's across the... No. It's across the corridor, down the corridor, and in the small squalid room.
Okay, can I ask you a technical question?
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to dagger throw, how much of a difference does distance make?
Sure. So... within 10 foot, it is a -10 to your throw. Between 11 foot and 25 foot, it's a -20 to your throw.
10 feet. So... And he's got a short sword?
Yes.
Okay, so sword plus arm. I think he's safe at 10 feet. He's going to try and get to within 10 feet, and then he's going to throw a dagger at him. Okay,
sure. So he walks up to him, and... So as Tarquin approaches him, Tarquin didn't say he was creeping, and as Tarquin approaches him within 10 foot, this guy spins in Tarquin's direction and lashes out with his short sword. Now he gets a -100 to his shot because he is attacking only by sound.
Creep. Remember to creep.
Yep.
Never mind.
Remember to creep. Remember to creep. Remember to creep. Because you walked up to him.
Yeah, I'm an idiot.
Now he gets a -100 because he is literally fighting blind. So it's just going to be a lucky shot. I'm going to roll the attack now. Coming into Tarquin's chat, !R_D100. And as a reminder that you saw this guy being pretty handy with a short spiky thing, so you're assuming God knows what he's like with a sword.
Let's hope he rolls a 0.
Let's find out. Here's the result coming into Tarquin's channel now.
Oh, fuck.
And he gets to roll again. 99 plus. I'll roll again. !R_D100. Plus 58. Plus...
Tarquin might die.
Plus his skill.
How tedious.
Now remember, a -100 on the attack.
Still might die.
Yep. 100. Tarquin, would you like good news or would you like the bad news?
Just hit me, Chris.
So that's 25 in an E slash.
Okay.
I'm going to roll the critical. I think it's only fair to roll the crit in front of you.
Don't mind, but yeah.
Exclamation mark R space D 100.
If he dies, Chris. Just tell me.
Sever foe's spine, plus 20 hits. Foe collapses in a second and is paralyzed from the neck down permanently.
He's dead. Okay, fine. It's the end of Tarquin. Such is life. So much for not creeping. What a dum-dum. Okay, so I guess that's it. It was all it lasted. That's did a
Okay.
creep. Orca Phantom Step, but he's dead. That's life, and there's no one around to regenerate him, so he's dead forever.
I think what we'll do, because I'm a little bit stunned at that, is we will call scene. I'm just going to bring up the credits, and maybe you and I have a think.
Well,
you got your lockpicks.